Wide range of treatment that has been scientifically proven to help you with your aches, pains, and illnesses. Our ICT machine is one of the most effective devices in the health field. It has shown positive results in many health problems, such as back pains, shoulder pains, migraine headaches, pain in the knees and legs, poor circulation, arthritis, diabetic neuropathy, numbness in the feet, strokes and sports injuries. ICT, repairs, rebuild. The power to heal, the future of pain relief.
McDowell Supplements, an effective way to ensure you and your loved ones are getting the daily recommended intake of essential vitamins, minerals, and other important nutrients necessary for optimal health. Naturally, we carry an array of health and wellness supplements. McDowell's Immune Booster enhances your body's defense to fight colds and flu, boosts your immune system, prevents viruses and other airborne diseases. McDowell's Colon Cleanser prevents constipation, helps in removing toxins from the colon, detoxifies the body, and regulates your bowel movements. McDowell's Prostate Health prevent the enlargement of the prostate, improve urinary flow, and reduce frequent urination, especially at night. Moringa oleifera capsules are rich in minerals like calcium, potassium, zinc, magnesium, iron, and copper, vitamins like beta-carotene, vitamin A, vitamin B such as folic acid, vitamin C, D, and E. McDowell's Potassium Complex, used for treating and preventing low potassium levels, high blood pressure, preventing stroke, and aid in weight loss. McDowell's Triple Magnesium relaxes the muscles, relieves cramps and helps to control high blood pressure, improves sleep, and can calm the nerves. Magnesium is very important for the normal functioning of cells, nerves, muscles, bones, and the heart. McDowell's Ginger Turmeric helps to relieve pain, decrease nausea and enhance the immune function to help protect against illness and infection. Ginger turmeric has powerful anti-inflammatory properties and improves your circulation. Don't hold health back. Let health strike back. McDowell's, the better way to start your health. Visit Health Service Center, John Compton Highway, call 453-6417. Let your wellness be our stress.
It is well known that diseases like diabetes, high blood pressure, and other illnesses may restrict blood flow, which can lead to impotence and erectile dysfunction. This is why Enhance was formulated to meet these challenging health problems, which can reduce your ability to perform. If you're having problems maintaining your manhood, then reclaim your manhood today with Enhance. Enhance increases your energy level, boosts your stamina, and increases your endurance.
You can get your Enhance at Southwell VA4, Restorer Pharmacy Soufre, Knights Med Miku, Lay by Bar The Morn, Dexter's Place Jeremy Street Castries, Citygate Bar The CDC opposite the market, Plants Place Denry Highway, Arlette Supermarket Soufre, The Release Stress Bar Labrie Highway, Cool Joint Bar Victoria Schwazel, Prios Bus Stop 22, next to the Moshi Bus Stop, opposite the Grosile Bus Stop. Prios Bar and Grill in Corinth, Grosile.
Enhance, the best a man can get.
The voice. Your hero is back. Raw facts, no fluffs. Shelton Daniel is here to deal with the issues. Real issues. 12:30 p.m. to 2 p.m. Monday to Friday on Real FM.
Another wonderful Friday afternoon to you, everyone. Welcome once again, and thank you as always for tuning in for The Real Issues with me, Shelton Daniel, your host and producer, alongside our technical operator, Alton Jaquan Joseph. I trust you're having a good day so far, and the remainder of it going into the weekend will be similarly enjoyable, safe, productive, rewarding, fulfilling, all of that for you. Well, we've come through another weekly cycle of The Real Issues, which, as you know, airs weekdays. That's Monday to Friday, holidays accepted, from 12:30 until 2 p.m. on the radio station called Real FM serving you on the dual frequencies, 91.3 for the north and 91.5 south. We also simulcast on NBC Television, channel 120 on the Flow Cable TV service. We are on Facebook Live and also streaming live on YouTube. You know, folks, brother killing brother is nothing new. As much as it seriously stuns us when we hear of it, it really freaks us out that a brother could watch another brother. I'm talking about literal brothers, same mother, same father, or both, and plunge a knife into him several times, or slash him with a cutlass repeatedly, or if he has a gun, to pump shots into his brother. I remember some years ago, how you call that area above Buckeye there, going up to the top? That's Lakwamengo area there. Alright. And when you turn left, you can find yourself into Badney and those kinds of areas there. Two brothers. One of them, I think, came from the States. Had a nice pair of shoes, from what I'm told. You know, one of those brand name shoes. His brother decides to, without his permission, to put on his brother's pair of Nike or whatever it was, Fila, Adidas, and to go for a little lime and so on, you know, let people see him wearing, you know, great shoes and proper shoes and shoes in style and trend. And apparently it ticked off the brother who was the owner of the shoe, and they got into some kind of fight, and it ended up with one killing the other. I'm just saying that's not the first time we hear about what happened at Rose Hill in the last 24 hours, I think. Maybe a little more than that. Of a brother fighting with another one over some argument that they had, where it looks like a brother was having a verbal confrontation with a sister, and his elder brother came to try to intervene, and the next thing you know, they were fighting. One had a cutlass swinging at the other one had a knife, but it looks like it's the one with the knife who prevailed in the end and got the better of the one with the cutlass, stabbed him, and he kind of predicting that he's going to die. It didn't seem too severe a wound, but as it is with those puncture wounds and so on, what you see at the entry is not really an indication of the severity of what has happened inside. The severed blood vessel, artery, vein, whatever, the puncture of a vital organ, the damage that it caused and so on. And he subsequently passed away. My goodness. Wow. This is our country, you know. And I just have this bad feeling that we will hear such things happening in greater quantity and greater frequency if we don't find some way to put a hold or a slow down on this matter. Reason being, there is what you call the copycat syndrome. The moment a lot of something is happening around, something about it, even if it is mysteriously through the air, it imprints on people's minds. Tout moun ka piche moun, you know. So when no twaka kom moun say piche, say hashe, say shootly. You know, it's like this thing is being diffused through the air. It's like, I don't want to use this program to do any kind of gay bashing, you know, but we live in times where it's like people are now proud to tell you, I'm gay, and this is gay. Like it's a bebel, it's a style and so on. And I wonder if it is because there's so much of it with famous people, movie stars, entertainers, people you look up to, that it is now imprinted on people's minds as something which is fashionable, something which is trendy, something which it's an upward move for you to declare that you're like that. So people are getting in on it because they figure, I don't know, I could be wrong on it. You know, when you're not part of something, you don't have the inside on it about how it works. But it's like killing and violence now. It is possible that this thing is imprinting upon people who believe that this is what is expected. This is the only thing that can get you results. This is the only thing that can get you respect. This is the only thing that can get you on. And maybe all the violence is causing an insecurity. That people believe if they don't do this and they don't take that course and extent of drastic action, that they could be the ones who get taken out. So you find yourself in a problem with somebody, verbal altercation. Before anything, somebody's lashing somebody. Now, we used to grow up and say, Mun paka bukante pawal poku. The person talk. Not anymore. People see. And that's why I've been talking against violent language, the language of violence. The moment you see, you generate insecurity and fear and defensiveness and anxiety in somebody else. They may walk away, but not many people do anymore. They may just figure that this is a prelude. This is a precursor. This is the opening salvo of what is going to turn physically dirty at some point. And they will try to do the dirty first. They'll try to do it first, pull their knife first, their gun first, whatever. Because to them, the verbal confrontation is the build-up to something physical, to something involving gun, knife, cutlass, whatever. And so people want to make the first move. Because they believe if they don't, and the other person makes the first move, they'll be the ones who gone. Some time ago, it's a good while now, I was in a discussion with a couple of older guys, much younger, and they said, look, nowadays when you find yourself in any trouble with somebody, you have to make up your mind to take them out. And I said, wow. I said, yeah, you have to make up your mind to take them out. Gun added. I'm serious, Two grown men, who I knew to be licensed firearm owners, responsible men with families, not your typical sachet disagreement. They're saying once you get yourself in any kind of problem with a guy, and it escalates to the point where it is, or it gets, or is about to get physical, you have to make up your mind to put that person down. And I don't need to elaborate on what they mean by put the person down. They said, gone are the days when you could fire a few punches and, you all will understand, okay, this man gave me 6, I only managed to give him 4, and done with that. They'll never done with that. They'll come back at you, and they'll come with their friends and their gang members and so on. And when they come in to take you out. So you have to make up your mind to take them out. I listened to that and I said, wow. As life wore on and the years went by, I began to understand, not to agree, but to understand why they felt this way. If even your own brother, you cannot believe that you have some kind of trouble with him, maybe a slap fire there, a punch fire there, whatever, without thinking that your brother will chase you down the road and pursue you to plunge a knife into you, then my goodness, who else will not do it? Being same mother, being same father, it looks like it don't matter anymore. And I'm telling you, this situation we have with the violence in the country, there is not just the sense of impunity because so few of them are being caught and successfully prosecuted. There is the sense that they're entitled, that they have no choice, that this is the way to do it. And sadly, going to prison, they come out, very few of them ever turn their lives around and get reformed, etc., etc. Prison is not a place that brings out good things in young men who have fallen afoul of the law, who have fallen afoul of the system, etc., etc. It's a very sad thing when I hear that. And like I said, there may be other instances where people don't die, but people get maimed, people get dismembered and all kinds of things in this brother against brother thing. And usually as family, it's swept under the carpet. Who wants to go to court with your brother? Whatever is not anything you'll get. He's as poor as you are and so on. And they live to do it another day, whether to each other or to friends. Somebody persuades them, Baton la famille pa ka kase, kite sa bat misère, yon fin ek sa. And then, either one of them will go on to somebody else. Something has to be done. I think something is being done, but more needs to be done. More needs to be done to dissuade and deter this sort of violent mindset and spirit that has taken hold in our society. Too many people believe in taking the law into their own hands on even the slightest thing, slightest provocation, the kind of hatred that is there and so on. I don't know what can be done about it, but something needs to be done about it. Not one-off, nothing dribs and drabs, not, in fits and starts and so on. It has to be done in a sustained, widespread, extensive, consistent way and so on. It needs to be done. Anyway, there's another person who told me, Brother also shot and killed brother at Lakwa Mengo. Okay, I can't recall. Maybe it's true, but I mean, I can't really recall that one and so on. But these things are happening all the time. And as for the gun thing, people are getting gun too easy now. They don't have to go through any process of application and being investigated, and police even come into your home to see, whether you have a safe place to keep that gun and blah, blah, blah. And you have to go for firearms training and a whole lot of things that have to go with it, just to make sure that the entire framework and mechanisms of accountability are there, so that being a licensed firearm, you're not on that happy-go-lucky kind of thing that I have a gun and I can do it. And you still find people who are licensed firearm owners behaving in that kind of flippant way with firearms and so on. But, there is a system, a mechanism of accountability that holds you responsible. But right now, people can get gun. Who cares? And when you have the gun, you have that kind of power in your hand. It goes to the heads of the people who didn't have to sweat to get it, except, of course, the money they'll pay somebody. And so before they have a trouble with somebody, is to wait for them down the road so that they know, almost like there's a thrill in being able to put somebody down and to take somebody's life. Which is why now I understand what the older people used to tell me when you're younger. When you see people in a certain state, if they ask you for a bread and you have it, give it to them. But don't send yourself into a state of anguish over what's happening to them, because you don't know who they shoot already. You don't know who they stab already. You don't know who they killed. You don't know what they've done. This is not sitting in judgment of people, but I will repeat what I have said so many times before. There seem to be so many uncaught killers out there, people who have never been held to account, been convicted, been made to face consequences and punishment and whatever for what they have done, for people's lives that they have taken. Anyway, the other thing I want to talk about before I open the phone lines, recognizing that it's Friday, the weekend is coming. This is all a matter of industrial relations in St. Lucia. It's my opinion, it's not one you may share, that Alan Chastney as a politician, Alan Chastney as a prime minister, Alan Chastney as a minister before that, Alan Chastney as a leader of the opposition, Alan Chastney as an elected member of parliament for a constituency in St. Lucia, to me, this man has failed miserably. And on all levels of his political foray or his foray into the politics, to me, you can only regard him as a flunky. And I think many people who support him, and there'll be those who support him, there are some people who can do what you want, I watched Steve Bannon on TV last night at the CPAC conservative whatever conference, whatever, and calling for Trump to be allowed to run again in 2028, They don't care about constitutionality. They don't care about the law. They don't care about history and so on. And don't worry, some people who make you believe that. Even some who talking very stridently and passionately, even aggressively about just this. Don't let them fool you. A lot of those people is a queernad thing they on. When elections come, they're watching how the wind is blowing, and if you see Chastney win, or the very night they see how the voting is going, you'll hear how they're talking changes. And even some, they are fanatics, but fanatics who know how to play the game, and to even make the other side believe that they're with them, that they've turned their back on this person. Later on, you begin to see people, be very careful with that there are not many Bannons and many, of those types of people. That guy who says he's retiring, Mitch McConnell, never trusted that guy. I always believed that guy was playing a game, that he's a kind of a balanced person. Never that. I never believed it. Likewise here in St. Lucia. There are some people, they know when to cool out themselves and to keep quiet and to make it look like, Even when they meet you, they make a point of coming to chat with you. I'm surprised some people come and they chat and they talk against this. It's like they talk the talk that they think they know. You like to hear or you want to hear, but they probably don't know. I take them with a grain of salt. Where am I going with this is that, having seen that Alan Chastney has failed to cut it as a politician, even one who has ascended to the office of Prime Minister, Minister of Finance, Even now, as the leader of Her Majesty's loyal opposition, chairman of Public Accounts Committee, blah, 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 XYZ. They talk about giving up on him. They're not giving up on him. They need him. Who else will come and spray and spend their money the way he has done it? Who else has the money? They can book on it, but at the end of the day, if this is the man who pays the bills, if this is the man when we have the rally and the motorcade and so on, who pays the buses that you hire to transport people and so on, I mean, you can say whatever you want. The man holds the purse strings. It means he holds the cards as well. Who else you see there who has that kind of pull and clout or will be able to get people? So they'll talk that talk, but they will be happy to hang on to his coattails. As not only does he have the money, he likely is the only one who's prepared to spend, and we might say to splurge it based on everything we've heard about him. Same way with Donald Trump, super rich man, billionaire type and so on, who even after an election, the man is holding rallies like, he's still campaigning, he's on, I mean, he's really giving people a party and carnival-like, atmosphere and train on which they can ride all the time with the feel good and his nice quips and things that will fire them up and so on about the condoms for Hamas and that sort of thing, fill them with outrage and build up on an anger against who now? Because you are now the president, your government is in office. But that's what he's doing. But I don't want to go too deep into Donald Trump yet. Be very careful about people that you think by now would have seen the light, so to speak. No matter whether it's the flambeau light or the étoile light, but you think by now some better sense would have been hammered into their head because they would have seen some things played out. They would have seen certain people at work. They would have seen, as we would say, you actually must have munsa kabai. Or fool yourself, Americans were supposed to have seen Trump for what he is. They're supposed to have seen through him. They should have seen Kisa Trump kabai. And what happened? What happened? Battleground states, dead heat race, all this thing they talk about, we blew all of that away. Battleground states just fell. One, they were never battleground. What is it that could have made people believe that there was battleground that they couldn't see? That these states were definitely Trump stomping grounds, that he was going to take them by storm and blow them away. How is it that prevented the best pollsters? Oh, this race is still in a statistical dead heat. Maybe exactly what I'm talking about. People who know how to play the game, who need to mask and disguise and conceal their intentions. Likewise here in St. Lucia. Be very careful, about people who make you believe that I'm just responding to the directives and the guidance of my members, and this is what they've empowered me to go and negotiate for this and that and so on. Very often it's the reverse, in our societies. By right, we the people, we the governed, are supposed to be instructing those who are governing what to do, what we want. But we know how it works in practice. It's usually those that we elect who are supposed to be our servants who are doing what they want, and basically we just have to sign up and follow. You go to press conferences, they want to tell you what questions to ask. They're showing you intimidation and aggression. This thing is happening all the time. We the people, especially of the developing and third world and whatever it is, we are not people who exercise the power which theoretically or however else you want to call it in our constitutions we're supposed to have. So the presidents and the chairpersons and union leaders are more often not the ones who are coming and feeding their members what they want to feed them. So that at the end of the day, the show of hands that they ask for is a mere formality. They know that they're going to say, stand firm and we're not yielding. What do you say, people? Do we stand firm and don't yield? Because you've come and you've prepped them already. You've fired them up already in that direction. And we need to watch the industrial relations situation in St. Lucia, how it unfolds. Because now that certain people have seen that if it's Alan Chasney they're depending on to bring home the bacon, well, this guy, he's a loser. This guy doesn't have what it takes to carry a political party and an organization and this kind. And he doesn't understand that. He doesn't know that. And not because of the 2021 defeat, because he won in 2016. I maintain to this day some crucial mistakes that should not have been made by an experienced and mature political party like the SLP. Were made at that point, and certain things that should have, loose ends that should have been tied up, what happened with the CSA, like there was no pushback against it and so on. It was like, just let this thing play itself out, and I could see the CSA was being hijacked and a whole lot of different things, which I don't want to go into again. But be very careful that there are not people rallying to make up for, to compensate for the deficits in Allen Chastanet. And one of them could be unions, industrial relations. That we could have a rash of strikes. And watch out for the words that we have heard being uttered by Cameron Law and seemingly backed up word for word. I don't know who scripted it first, by the National Workers Union. That it doesn't become a case that there is a proliferation like wildfires popping up one after the other of strikes and industrial action and sick-outs as a means which has shown itself to be very effective of destabilization. And even sometimes they will instigate, they will foment, they will outright incite and call for industrial action even when it is outside their own theater of operations. In other words, it's not a dispute that we have with the brewery, but brewery workers are whatever, so we're going to mount in solidarity with them. The solidarity strike, the solidarity industrial relations, even when there's no manifest connection or relationship. I'd be surprised, if they have a solidarity strike because, now we're hearing about OKU workers giving notice of industrial action in March and so on. Don't be surprised when you might hear Police Welfare Association president say that while this is not directly I wish I could do his voice, while this is not directly connected to the Police Welfare Association, but health is an issue that is of tremendous importance to us. As a matter of fact, a lot of the things that the police are looking for is better health care, as part of the whatever, And so we have decided that it is as important to our own objectives that we give support to the OKU workers, and solidarity. I'm not saying it will happen, Maybe it can't even happen legally, I don't know. But anytime you see certain people believe that their prey, that their quarry, that their object, that their target has its back to the wall, they will press home even the most irrational. They will press home even the most illogical. Whatever they think gives them an advantage to mount a successful offensive, in this case against the government that they're bent on getting rid of. Watch out, for the solidarity. When they see their own little cause is crumbling, it doesn't have a leg to stand on, that they will begin to go and to say that they're supporting this other one and they're showing solidarity. That when you hear another one say that law enforcement is too important in the country with all the killings and all the violence we've had, you cannot have the negotiations with the police in such a state of abeyance, in such a state of suspense and suspended animation. There needs to be an effort made to close this. So as a result of that, we are calling out our members in such and such a place in order to give some impetus towards, a solidarity impetus towards. Don't be surprised if you start hearing that. People giving others a boost in what is one objective. It was always a single objective, a unified objective, made even more desperate because the man who leads the political party that they want to give some more muscle to, that he's shown himself to be inept, he's shown himself to be incompetent, he's shown himself to not understand politics, he's shown himself to be too egotistical and narcissistic and vindictive, whatever, that he's chasing more people away than he's pulling people in. And there are others who believe that they will get some benefit, something, if they come out and root for him and do what it takes to make up the deficits in him. So watch out for this cross current of so-called solidarity, of people mounting industrial action over issues and disputes that are not within their own theater of operations and legitimate concern, but they're doing it because they want to support others, because they're looking to make up for the deficits in Allen Chastanet and to see if they can give the UWP a better chance, you might say a fighting chance, in the next general elections. Watch out for that, people. And while they choose to use members so on, there is no greater power than people power. And when people are alert, when people are enlightened, when people are conscious, when people are aware of what is happening, they can stand firm against those devious conspiracies. We just may need to do that firmly as the days turn to weeks and the weeks turn to months. We don't have years. We probably have another year and some, but I'm telling you, we don't have all that amount of time. We have to open our eyes. We have to keep our hearing, our ears sharp, and we have to stand firm. And we have, whenever it is required of us as a people collectively, to come to the defense of our country and to put up resistance against anything, anyone, everything, everyone who seek to destabilize it and to throw it into chaos. This is the real issues. Don't go, we will be right back for your calls and messages.
The man, the voice. Your hero is back. Raw facts, no fluff. Shelton Daniel is here to deal with the issues. Real issues. 12:30 p.m. to 2 p.m. Monday to Friday on Real FM.
Why are you suffering from aches, pains, and illnesses? When there's help for you. At Health Service Center, we offer a wide range of treatment that has been scientifically proven to help you with your aches, pains, and illnesses. Our ICT machine is one of the most effective devices in the health field. It has shown positive results in many health problems, such as back pains, shoulder pains, migraine headaches, pain in the knees and legs, poor circulation, arthritis, diabetic neuropathy, numbness in the feet, strokes and sports injuries. ICT, repairs, rebuild. The power to heal, the future of pain relief.
McDowell's Supplements, an effective way to ensure you and your loved ones are getting the daily recommended intake of essential vitamins, minerals, and other important nutrients necessary for optimal health. Naturally, we carry an array of health and wellness supplements. McDowell's Immune Booster enhances your body's defense to fight colds and flu, boosts your immune system, prevents viruses and other airborne diseases. McDowell's Colon Cleanser prevents constipation, helps in removing toxins from the colon, detoxifies the body, and regulates your bowel movements. McDowell's Prostate Health prevent the enlargement of the prostate, improve urinary flow, and reduce frequent urination, especially at night. Moringa oleifera capsules are rich in minerals like calcium, potassium, zinc, magnesium, iron, and copper, vitamins like beta-carotene, vitamin A, vitamin B such as folic acid, vitamin C, D, and E. McDowell's Potassium Complex, used for treating and preventing low potassium levels, high blood pressure, preventing stroke, and aid in weight loss. McDowell's Triple Magnesium relaxes the muscles, relieves cramps and helps to control high blood pressure, improves sleep, and can calm the nerves. Magnesium is very important for the normal functioning of cells, nerves, muscles, bones, and the heart. McDowell's Ginger Turmeric helps to relieve pain, decrease nausea and enhance the immune function to help protect against illness and infection. Ginger turmeric has powerful anti-inflammatory properties and improves your circulation. Don't hold health back. Let health strike back. McDowell's, the better way to start your health. Visit Health Service Center, John Compton Highway, call 453-6417. Let your wellness be our stress.
It is well known that diseases like diabetes, high blood pressure, and other illnesses may restrict blood flow, which can lead to impotence and erectile dysfunction. This is why Enhance was formulated to meet these challenging health problems, which can reduce your ability to perform. If you're having problems maintaining your manhood, then reclaim your manhood today with Enhance. Enhance increases your energy level, boosts your stamina, and increases your endurance.
You can get your Enhance at Southwell VA4, Restorer Pharmacy Soufre, Knights Med Miku, Lay by Bar The Morn, Dexter's Place Jeremy Street Castries, Citygate Bar The City C opposite the market, Plants Place Denry Highway, Arlette Supermarket Soufre, The Release Stress Bar, Labrie Highway. Cool Joint Bar, Victoria Schwazel. Prios Bus Stop 22, next to the Moshi Bus Stop, opposite the Grosile Bus Stop. Prios Bar and Grill in Corinth, Grosile.
Yes, the best a man can get.
The voice. Your hero is back. Raw facts, no fluff. Shelton Daniel is here to deal with the issues. 12:30 p.m. to 2 p.m. Monday to Friday on Real FM. The man.
Telephone lines are open for your calls. The WhatsApp line, you can WhatsApp call us on 487-9849. That's 758-487-9849. And you can also reach us on the local landline 4533-911. We're going into a weekend, so I'm going to make the lines available to you as early as you wish to call. 487-9849, you can WhatsApp call us on that, and 4533-911, you can call us on this local landline as well. You know, Alan Chastney, and you all haven't heard me say this only once, I've said it a lot during the height of this whole Martinez saga. Why doesn't Alan Chastney use his clout and his position and his legitimacy as the leader of the opposition, as chairman of Public Accounts Committee, for him to take the matter to court, for him to seek an injunction, for him to seek judicial review? Why wasn't Alan Chastney doing that? Why was Alan Chastney so much had his head into Martinez's whatever? You know, I won't use crack because people might think it's drugs I'm talking about if I say that he had his head far up Martinez's crack. Alan Chastney seemed to be tail-ending Martinez and taking his cue and his lead from Martinez. And Martinez was an unsavory figure with a very colorful, checkered record of criminality and all of that. Why was Alan Chastney like Martinez? And Martinez was all the fellas' talking points, and it was on platform, on their lives, on everything was Martinez say, and Martinez this, and Dominic Fede couldn't say two words, you know, in the Senate or elsewhere if it was not Martinez, until it all fell flat, until this whole Martinez thing crashed and burned, until Martinez crashed out and didn't seem to have the strength or anything else. They say money, whatever, but somebody must have been giving Martinez some encouragement. It's like UWP and Chastney and all of them were licking their chops. Go on. Licking their chops and their lips and so on at the prospect of Martinez giving St. Lucia a bloody nose. In the process, they didn't care who they had to destroy by innuendo and insinuation and all kinds of things. Ernest Hilaire, you know, wow. McCloud Emmanuel, who's not an elected official, who has never been on a political platform. How the fellas went after them. The CIP intimidated. I think a couple people got so queasy in the stomach, so tremulous at the knees that they quit. They left the job because of this thing. The weekly things with Martinez of questions that were obviously, you know, well rehearsed and prepped and so on, you know, for him to answer them in a certain way. And we saw them having to take a second pass at a question that was perhaps not asked, and he was directing that the question be asked in the manner that he wanted it to and all of that. So he was not just the interviewee, he was remotely the director. We kept seeing all this kind of thing, and only now that it's clear that the Martinez thing is going nowhere, that it has fully crashed and burned, that Chastney now wants to go and seek injunction or judicial review of decision or whatever that the government took in changing the CIP application process or whatever that he says is. You mean you didn't know that all the time, Mr. Chastney? That you had to go around in this big circle and make this guan and all this song and dance for what was clearly your proxy, Martinez? You needed that? You know why Martinez went out? He couldn't go forward anymore. From the moment Terence Drew, the Prime Minister of St. Kitts and Nevis, came And mid the revelations of how Martinez was trying to blackmail him, the massive shakedown of 40 to 100 million US dollars, if you want me, to drop the case and make this thing go away. Martinez knows he has nothing on St. Lucia because he never had any business in St. Lucia. St. Lucia has never dealt him any kind of hand, much less a bad hand. How can Shasta be a man that you can entrust with the business of St. Lucia when clearly any foreigner can come and hold the guy's, stand over his shoulder, hardly breathe down his neck, but hold his hand and make him write and sign and get what they want, whether it be Ojo Labs or whether it be T.O.R. King or whether it be Mark Maloney, whatever. They can just bleed the country. Because Shasta wants to show that he knows so much and he understands so much that in the process of showing how bright he is, he does not question things, he does not look through things. Shasta looks like he has a very poor, very weak, very short attention span. So now Shasta wants to go through the courts, which is where, if you do not get satisfaction in the parliament, it's your privilege, your right, maybe even your duty to go to the courts and so on. I think the couple of times he's gone to the CCJ, he's found satisfaction. Now he has all kinds of things about how his case, it just dies and whatever, trying to cast some kind of, trying to impugn, trying to cast some kind of sly aspersion on the court system and so on. But of course you have to feel that way. Because you are the one who have put up people to go on to challenge CCJ and now are going to CCJ. But every time you've gone to CCJ, apparently you've gotten some satisfaction if they're ruling in your favor for whatever it is. So you realize all the trying to incite people against CCJ, it really had no basis in fact and in the results that you have gotten. But I just looked at him and I said, isn't this guy pathetic that now he's going to go to the courts, over this whole thing that Martinez was trying to drum up and so on. Essentially, Shasta is now trying to fight the RICO case in the local court. Martinez is much touted, much vaunted RICO case that he did so much grandstanding and so much showboating about. Shasta apparently is now taking the RICO allegations of Martinez and trying to import them into the Eastern Caribbean Supreme Court. And hopefully whatever he doesn't get there, he'll get it another place all the way to the CCJ. But that's what he should have done. But you know why you didn't do it? Because of the disdain that you have for things St. Lucian and things Caribbean. The notion that you carry with you that our systems, including our courts and everything, are inferior. And so your head is always in North America. It's always in Canada, where you said you're a product of. It's always in the United States. You think everything that pertains to us is crap. And so you are prepared to go through Martinez so that he could have gone through the court in Florida and fight, a RICO case there against us. But when it didn't work out, now the very same thing you held in contempt and disdain in the local courts, you have to come back to them. Well, you don't have to, but to come back to them. Because unless something is Canadian, unless something is American, in your mind it's crap. And they're going to have to come and put your case with due respect, humility, modesty, whatever, before St. Lucian and Caribbean judges. Yeah. You're going to have to put it before Chief Justice Mario Michel, Justice of the OECS Court of Appeal. You're going to have to put it before Honorable Sanders, the President of the Caribbean Court of Justice. You're going to have to put it before them and let them rule on it. Because of all the contempt that you have shown for things St. Lucian, the things foreign that you have your head into so much, they just are not delivering for you. Now, justice is justice, law is law. But that is where you should have gone, because you're not representing Canadians. You're not representing people from Florida. You're not representing people from British Columbia or whatever it is. You're representing people in St. Lucia. Nationally, as leader of the opposition. Constituency-wise, the people of Micoud South. These are the people you're representing. Work for them. Work on their behalf. Work with them. Work alongside them. And stop all the magic you're doing to posture and to grandstand, as they say, bestriding the world like you're some kind of colossus. Why? Because you have a white look to your skin? When you are known to be lightweight, politically, intellectually, and otherwise, you are flyweight. They're a flyweight guy who wants to show that he's big on the basis of what? On the basis of the color of his skin. The only thing you're probably good at is how to mess up people. And you've shown us that people in your own party, you're messing them up. You're good at messing them up more than messing up anybody else. Your vindictive ways have to catch up with you, and they have already done so. Right now, people in trade unions and so on are trying to see if they can gang up and come together to make up what you are lacking. But they too will flounder and fail. Because good causes that are never undergirded by true justice and good intentions and sincerity, they will always fail, even though they may have some initial success. There is a God. He has not abdicated as yet. As I said, folks, telephone lines are open for your calls. 487-9849, that's the line where you can WhatsApp call us. And also 4533-911. All right, let's see. Good afternoon to you, June, who says, good afternoon, Shelton. Blessings as always, appreciate it. And Gasper says there are issues with the landline. Do we have a problem with 4533-911? I don't know. I can't see. But I find it strange, no matter whatever it is at this time. For people like Gasper and so on, not one of them has called, or Bernard Haynes or so on. So I don't know. Hi, good afternoon, Shelton. You might be on the right track. In conversation with someone who identified himself as an officer yesterday, he indicated that Cameron law is targeted. In his words, people are making law political, but he's not. I laughed at that. But most importantly, he made a statement that had me thinking. He said, be careful that there isn't any independence activity. He repeated the words of being disrespected, also that the firemen are being given benefits and they are denied. He also mentioned that there was a mandate given to law on Wednesday. I'm not sure if there was a meeting or how that mandate was given or how many are in attendance, but in my opinion, law is very dangerous. I'm of that view too. I'm of that view as well, that Cameron Law is a guy who, I think there is a tendency to underestimate him. I think there is a tendency, I don't know, but Cameron Law to me is not genuine, he's not sincere, and is up to what I would describe as no good whatsoever. So, this is my opinion. This has been so for years. I haven't changed in that view. All right. It seems like we may have problems with our phone lines. I don't know. Since we relocated, my goodness me, if it ain't one thing, it's been another. But nothing I can really do about that, except try to do my very best. All right. I won't tell you what I'm laughing at. Jaquan, should we take a break while you look into those things? I know it's on schedule, but let's take a break to see if we can look into that, okay?
The man, the voice. Your hero is back. Raw facts, no fluff. Shelton Daniel is here to deal with the issues. 12:30 p.m. to 2 p.m. Monday to Friday on Real FM.
Why are you suffering from aches, pains, and illnesses? When there's help for you. At Health Service Center, we offer a wide range of treatment that has been scientifically proven to help you with your aches, pains, and illnesses. Our ICT machine is one of the most effective devices in the health field. It has shown positive results in many health problems, such as back pains, shoulder pains, migraine headaches, pain in the knees and legs, poor circulation, arthritis, diabetic neuropathy, numbness in the feet, strokes and sports injuries. ICT, repairs, rebuild. The power to heal, the future of pain relief.
McDowell Supplements, an effective way to ensure you and your loved ones are getting the daily recommended intake of essential vitamins, minerals, and other important nutrients necessary for optimal health. Naturally, we carry an array of health and wellness supplements. McDowell's Immune Booster enhances your body's defense to fight colds and flu, boosts your immune system, prevents viruses and other airborne diseases. McDowell's Colon Cleanser prevents constipation, helps in removing toxins from the colon, detoxifies the body, and regulates your bowel movements. McDowell's Prostate Health prevent the enlargement of the prostate, improve urinary flow, and reduce frequent urination, especially at night. Moringa oleifera capsules are rich in minerals like calcium, potassium, zinc, magnesium, iron, and copper, vitamins like beta-carotene, vitamin A, vitamin B such as folic acid, vitamin C, D, and E. McDowell's Potassium Complex, used for treating and preventing low potassium levels, high blood pressure, preventing stroke, and aid in weight loss. McDowell's Triple Magnesium relaxes the muscles, relieves cramps and helps to control high blood pressure, improves sleep, and can calm the nerves. Magnesium is very important for the normal functioning of cells, nerves, muscles, bones, and the heart. McDowell's Ginger Turmeric helps to relieve pain, decrease nausea and enhance the immune function to help protect against illness and infection. Ginger turmeric has powerful anti-inflammatory properties and improves your circulation. Don't hold health back. Let health strike back. McDowell's, the better way to start your health. Visit Health Service Center, John Compton Highway, call 453-6417. Let your wellness be our stress.
It is well known that diseases like diabetes, high blood pressure, and other illnesses may restrict blood flow, which can lead to impotence and erectile dysfunction. This is why Enhance was formulated to meet these challenging health problems, which can reduce your ability to perform. If you're having problems maintaining your manhood, then reclaim your manhood today with Enhance. Enhance increases your energy level, boosts your stamina, and increases your endurance.
You can get your Enhance at Southwell VA4, Restorer Pharmacy Soufre, Knights Med Miku, Lay by Bar The Morn, Dexter's Place Jeremy Street Castries, Citygate Bar The City opposite the market, Plants Place Denry Highway, Arlette Supermarket Soufre, The Release Stress Bar Labrie Highway, Cool Joint Bar Victoria Schwazel, Prios Bus Stop 22, next to the Moshi Bus Stop, opposite the Grosile Bus Stop. Prios Bar and Grill in Corinth, Grosile.
Enhance, the best a man can get.
If you recently submitted a claim to the National Insurance Corporation, you also need to submit your financial account information to get paid. All NIC benefit claims are now paid conveniently through your local financial institution. To provide your bank or credit union account information, simply log on to the NIC website at www.stlucianic.org. Click the Financial Account Information tab and fill out the form. It's that easy. You only submit once. Ensure you enter the details of an open, active account in your name. If you do not have access to the internet, visit any NIC office to collect the financial account information form. Help us to help you. NIC, for the benefit of us all.
The man, the voice. Your hero is back. Raw facts, no fluff. Shelton Daniel is here to deal with the issues. Big issues. 12:30 p.m. to 2 p.m. Monday to Friday on Real FM.
Why are you suffering from aches, pains, and illnesses? When there's help for you. At Health Service Center, we offer a wide range of treatment that has been scientifically proven to help you with your aches, pains, and illnesses. Our ICT machine is one of the most effective devices in the health field. It has shown positive results in many health problems, such as back pains, shoulder pains, migraine headaches, pain in the knees and legs, poor circulation, arthritis, diabetic neuropathy, numbness in the feet, strokes and sports injuries. ICT, repairs, rebuild. The power to heal, the future of pain relief.
McDowell's Supplements, an effective way to ensure you and your loved ones are getting the daily recommended intake of essential vitamins, minerals, and other important nutrients necessary for optimal health. Naturally, we carry an array of health and wellness supplements. McDowell's Immune Booster enhances your body's defense to fight colds and flu, boosts your immune system, prevents viruses and other airborne diseases. McDowell's Colon Cleanser prevents constipation, helps in removing toxins from the colon, detoxifies the body, and regulates your bowel movements. McDowell's Prostate Health prevent the enlargement of the prostate, improve urinary flow, and reduce frequent urination, especially at night. Moringa oleifera capsules are rich in minerals like calcium, potassium, zinc, magnesium, iron, and copper, vitamins like beta-carotene, vitamin A, vitamin B such as folic acid, vitamin C, D, and E. McDowell's Potassium Complex, used for treating and preventing low potassium levels, high blood pressure, preventing stroke, and aid in weight loss. McDowell's Triple Magnesium relaxes the muscles, relieves cramps and helps to control high blood pressure, improves sleep, and can calm the nerves. Magnesium is very important for the normal functioning of cells, nerves, muscles, bones, and the heart. McDowell's Ginger Turmeric helps to relieve pain, decrease nausea and enhance the immune function to help protect against illness and infection. Ginger turmeric has powerful anti-inflammatory properties and improves your circulation. Don't hold health back. Let health strike back. McDowell's, the better way to start your health. Visit Health Service Center, John Compton Highway. Call 453-6417. Let your wellness be our stress.
The man, the voice. Your hero is back. Raw facts, no fluff. Shelton Daniel is here to deal with the issues. 12:30 p.m. to 2 p.m. Monday to Friday on Real FM.
Welcome back. Thanks for staying with the real issues on this Friday, the 21st of February 2025. We solved the problem during the break. Thank you very much, Jaquan. And they found that it was a box that was disconnected. And so we're on and we have someone on the line. You're on the air. Go ahead. Yeah, you're on the air. Go ahead.
Hello.
My friend, you are on the air. Go ahead. Is there something? My mic is muted or something? Go ahead. You're on the air.
Yes. I'm just saying that what I've been hearing over the past few weeks regarding the industrial relations issue between the Police Welfare Association and the NW and the government is a mirror image of what happened a few years ago in the CSA regarding the position Mary Isaac had taken when her executive urged less than 10% of the CSA membership to resist a 4% increase which the government had agreed to with the TUF. All the unions of the TUF had actually agreed with the government for a 4% increase in salary issue. But the president at the time and her executive urged less than 10% of the membership of the CSA to take a position against the 4%. They broke away from the TUF fraternity. They agitated. They had strike. They had marches, and eventually after that they came back and agreed to 0%.
Yeah, you know, can you imagine that? You make noise, everybody else taking 5%.
Everything that happened.
Yeah,
it would seem to me, but I would say more than seem to me, that Mary Isaac, as the president of the CSA at the time, had a connection with Alan Chasney to frustrate the whole process regarding the administration of Kenny Anthony and the union. I believe there is a mirror image as far as the position which the Police Welfare Association is taking, connected and supported by the NW to do so. I believe we need some investigative, what you call journalism in this whole thing to really unravel the whole connection in that whole matter. Because I believe it is a mirror image of what happened a few years ago. Yeah? There's some news which I picked up, weeks ago, months ago, that the NWU was in a thrust of getting some alliance with the Police Welfare Association, the prisons, and the fire service to get some kind of organization or whatever they had said going, so as to differ from the TUF. And we have to understand this thing, that this situation here is one we in a politically heightened season. People call it the foolish season, and to my own experience, I believe this is what is going on, and we need some really investigative journalism to understand fully and let the public become more aware of that connection as far as that situation is concerned. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, my friend. Thanks. Yeah, can you imagine that Mary Isaac made noise that the 5% that the other unions accepted, that the CSA is not going to accept it? And what was it she was calling for? She was calling for some other amount, And in the end, after going through all this on, and come back and says, we will accept 0% across the 3 years. We don't want anything more but zero. Yeah, but she knows that the government will not refuse to pay the money to the members of the CSA, And so they got the money just like everybody else got it and so on. She knew that. What she wanted was to do all the mischief and cause all the turmoil that would destabilize the then government, Yeah, we have a call on the line. Good afternoon, real issues.
Good afternoon, Shelton. It seems like you're back on track, my brother.
Yeah, we are. We got it solved, yeah.
I want to say that when you said earlier on that the election haven't got years, you say weeks, months, you're very correct,
Okay, well, you know better than I do.
Shelton, you have more links than me, man. You have more links.
I hear you.
And during that time, Shelton, there are voices of persons who are very articulate, who are very eloquent, who can bring the issues of the day to the people. And I believe the authorities, I don't know if it's the chairman of the party or the political leader or people of influence, to ensure that these voices come back on the airwaves. You look at a voice like Felix Fontenelle, Tricky, a very good speaker, a man who knows the issues, who knows how to bring across certain messages. So we need to hear these voices like Tricky, Felix Fontenelle. That voice must come back. Okay. Andrew Antoine, Christopher Hunt, Trisha Lionel, and many other voices and I find that there are people that can connect with people. So I would like to hear those voices on the airwaves as we are approaching election time. And Shelton,
yes,
in the to combat the hype that is taking place, many persons must try their best to have cool heads.
Yes.
Maintain cool heads. Shelton, I had a situation at Super J 2 days ago. The entering Super J, there is a staff member who is looking to pack a trolley. And apparently I was in his way unknown to him. Shelton, Mr. Man keep on knocking at my foot, at the back of my foot, with the trolley about 3 or 4 times. Then I turn towards Mr. Man and I say, brother, you can't even say, excuse me, sir? Hey, Mr. Man, stand up himself. I say, brother, I mean, to me, like, you could say, excuse me, or you could even go as far as saying you sorry. Shelton, Mr. Man, I say, excuse me. Mr. Man, I say, sorry. I watch Mr. Man, I shake my head, and I go on my business. I swear by the Almighty God, that is the incident that took place, Shelton. I watch Mr. Man, and I watch Mr. Man like I can be his grandfather, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And Mr. Man show no remorse. He's like, I'm, you know, like I in his way.
Mm-hmm.
So he pushes actually on me. Now, had I been one who took the advice of Alan Chasney, or take the advice of Sarah Flood and get vexed, the story would have been different today. So I'm appealing to our people in this country, maintain cool heads as much as possible. Have a good afternoon.
All right, thank you very much. Appreciate that. 487-9849. You can WhatsApp call us on that number. That's 487-9849. And you can call us, as Gaspar just did, on our landline number, which is 4533-911. Someone was trying to call just when we went for the break. Because the lines weren't working at the time, I did promise to call him back. I'll try to do my best. But let's take that call. Hi, good afternoon. Real Issues.
Hi, good afternoon, Shelton.
How are you doing?
Not too bad, thanks. Let me ask a question. I don't know if you'll be able to answer me. But do we have laws here on spreading propaganda, false imaging, libel against, well, the libel one I think we may have. But I'm asking that because I'm hearing on certain called talk shows, press conferences called information that is being given, but then the day after there is a statement that comes out disputing everything that was said either on the talk show the day before or on these platforms the night before, the day before. I am saying, why is it so easy for an individual, say me, knowing that something is false, to deliberately go and spread it as truth and then sticking to it as if it is truth? Because even again, there's this letter circulating about the Honorable Jeremiah Norbert. And I'm saying, what laws do we have, or what regress can there be? Is there anything that can be done to stop, whether it's a TV station or a radio station or an organization, from deliberately seeking to misguide people by spreading untruths?
Yeah. Okay, I don't think there's any law for it, but private action can be taken in the form of, civil. Honorable Jeremiah Norbert, if he feels aggrieved by it, or Honorable Dr. Virginia Albert Poyot, if they believe it brings them into disrepute and this kind of thing, that they can initiate some action. But to say there's a law saying, you shall not allege that somebody received public assistance or help from the government when they did not, I don't think, and quite frankly, it would be a little ridiculous. Some years ago, there was an attempt to introduce a law, I think it was called Article 361 or whatever, into the criminal code, saying that anyone who went about spreading false information, which they know to be untrue, and that was a critical thing that a lot of those who went making howls of protest against it didn't pay attention to, was that it said who knowingly spreads false information which is likely to cause a public mischief. Now, public mischief means not just a prank. In other words, you are doing something that can cause people to behave in a manner that's harmful to them, that can spread panic. To go and say on the highway that there is some danger that is coming down the road and that everybody should turn back because the vehicles are going to be crushed because whatever, and so on. And then people now in chaos get out of their vehicles, leave their vehicles running on the road and take to foot. Those who feel they can't turn around because they're not near a roundabout. People who try to turn into other lanes, and the next thing you have a massive car pile up and so on. This is what I understood it to be. Okay. That to go on to spread misinformation in a manner that is likely to cause public mischief, by meaning public danger, public harm, public panic, whatever. That if they find out that you did it and you knew it to be untrue, then, you can, at the end of the day, I think you could have been imprisoned for 2 years or something like that. It's like people just in order to basically, like they would say, screw up the system. And I actually bought a book many years ago that says Politics and Dirty Tricks, a guide to screwing up the system. Somebody who goes and who says, and you know how people, when they say those things, they say it with a kind of confidence that they know for a fact.
And that's the issue I have.
Yeah, that Wasco is putting something in the water that is causing people to, you know how many people having stroke these days? It's something they put in the water that giving people stroke. My friend, it is not something you know to be true. It is something you have any proof of. It is not something anybody told you. You just want to create a public panic, you understand? Public disquiet, a public mischief and so on. But there was so much protest against it, not least of which came against some prominent people who were known to have had some beef with the government of the day, which was the Kenny Anthony government. So I think they left it alone. You know, I don't think this was ever incorporated into the criminal code. I believe the understanding is that we are in a democracy where there are sufficient channels of information, and because of the electronic nature that can respond pretty quickly. So somebody goes and says something like that about the Wasco water, that we can instantly get on a GIS and on a news flash, a breaking news, and to say this is not true. So there is no need to go through the lengthy process of, and the part about proving that the person knew what they were saying was not true, because courts have been merciful to people who have made wrong statements if they can show that they genuinely believe what they were saying was true. They may have heard somebody talking, they didn't understand, and then they went and said it. But you know, courts have generally been forgiving if, even though what the person said was wrong, even though it caused public panic and disquiet and mischief, however we want to term it, you understand? They genuinely believe what they were saying was true. People have libeled people in some bad ways, but when they found out, they realized the person made a grave mistake in something they heard or read, and when they said what they said, they genuinely believed it was true. Yeah.
But Shelton, you, as a former news editor, what about these things are now, some of these things are being reported on the news. So I call a press conference, I say certain things, and then certain media houses take it and make it part of the news. And for example, the opposition leader has stated this, that, and the other. Isn't there supposed to be some verification of the facts?
Well, there is. And sometimes all news organizations need to do is to go and do a little bit of Googling of something that was said before, and they realize the disparity, you know, in it and so on. That you said this, and now something else is being said. What did Ernest Hiller really say? Is Alan Chasney faithfully representing what Hiller said, or is he putting his own little, you know, inserts into it that completely distort the meaning? So sometimes this fact checking, they can be easily done. The problem with a lot of news organizations now is that they're so depleted. They have so few people working in the newsroom that they really can, on a daily basis, news is like a subsistence thing, just getting enough for the day's output for the evening news with just 2 or 3 people. You don't really have people that you can assign to research and so on. You have the pressure of deadlines on you coming up and so on, and then for you to start the next cycle. So I'm not making excuses for them. I'm just telling you, having been in the newsroom and having to do with the paucity, threadbare resources, and against competition, because it's not just you. You have a news thing to go. You have X, Y, Z, ABC. You have people with TV going up against you. So sometimes in the process, a few corners have been cut. Liberties have been taken. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. Things that we look at BBC.
Notwithstanding that, after you have learned differently, shouldn't a retraction be done? And I think that would be my last comment. Shouldn't a retraction by the media house?
And I think a lot of media houses need to get the idea that when you do those retractions and apologies and corrections, they don't diminish you, they enhance you. That it makes you reliable that, look, you made a mistake and you came out, owned up, admitted it and so on, and issued a correct thing. But I don't know, for some they believe that it's a loss of face and it's going to be a loss of credibility. And you know, it's like people who believe that to apologize is to humiliate themselves, and they won't, you know, not realizing that in almost every occasion where you apologize, the person you apologize to looks up to you and they think more highly of you, you know. But I don't know, you know, not everybody.
Anyway, thank you very much.
Yeah, not a problem. You're welcome anytime. All right, folks, we're not taking another break, but we're going until 2 o'clock. I think the other break we had to take, we took it at 1:15, didn't we? So, yes. So we continue taking your calls, the numbers to dial, and we have someone on the line. Okay. So, good afternoon to you. Real Issues.
Hi, hello. Good afternoon, Shelton.
Hey, hi, how are you doing?
I'm not too bad at all.
Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second, Cornelia. Yeah. Caller, are you willing to stay on the line while we talk to the other person who's on the other line, or you want to call back?
Sure.
You'll stay on the line. Okay, all right. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead, Cornelia.
Shelton?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay. I was calling regarding, the mood on the ground from yesterday, Shelton. Do you know that the back pay was paid from yesterday?
Oh, really?
Do you know?
Okay.
Shelton got some moon happy ek back pay sala. Yesterday somebody contacted me. They were so happy with their back pay. Okay? The take home is significant this month. This morning another young lady was saying that her back pay was some $2,000 and change. Okay? Based on where she's at, her take home was almost $4,000 or in the region of $4,000 thereabout. Shelton, these things are significant. They're impacting the little people. Now, when you have a man, what is our risk? What's it to us that Shasney needs to take action to continue when Martin is left off? Shelton, who brought Galaxy here? You.
Who brought the what?
Who brought Galaxy here?
Galaxy?
You.
No, yeah, it was to me. It was Shasney who brought them, eh?
No. I thought it was you. Or me.
You heard my name mentioned?
No.
Okay.
But the point is, you bring a company in. The government continued, even though the administration changed, but government continued.
Yes.
So now you're so desperate for political power because you can't put your foot on anybody's neck. Okay? Because that's what you did for
don't forget we have somebody else on the other line, so
yes.
Wrap up here.
I'm rounding up. So you're going to look for attention by saying you're continuing from where Martinez left off. You know what?
Yeah.
I'm waiting for him to say the exact words that Martinez said toward the end. I'm calling that case of a word to that effect. Bye-bye, Shelton.
Thank you very much.
Happy independence to you, Kodisha.
Yeah,
bye-bye.
Same to you. Yeah, Andrew, good afternoon. Thank you so much for holding. Sorry for the long time.
Good afternoon, Shelton.
Yeah, go ahead. You're on the air now.
Yeah. Shelton, in reference to this Martinez thing.
The RICO.
Yeah. Shelton, I have yet to do a Facebook post on this, but I'm waiting for the result of Shasney's judicial inquiry. The thing is, I've already spoken with a lawyer who knows about CIP, who has extensive knowledge of CIP, who has extensive knowledge of this case brought by Martinez in Florida. And here's what he says. All the defendants in the matter made an application to fight, because remember, Shasney was saying that Martinez had to drop the case because the defendants in their matter raised the issue of immunity. Remember? Okay. What the lawyer says is all the defendants in the matter, and I asked about that. He said all the defendants in the matter made an application to file a motion to dismiss Martinez's matter, and the judge ordered that all the defendants file a joint motion to dismiss, which they did. And once Martinez saw the motions, he knew he had no chance. And here are the grounds for the motion. 1, immunity. 2, jurisdiction, meaning that the parties had no contract with Martinez, and as such he couldn't maintain a case against them for the judge to hear. 3, forum, or the location, the place where the matter would be heard. Wrong location for the matter to be heard, as the Caribbean has competent courts. Remember, he wanted to bring the matter in Florida. 4, failure to state a case That is, it does not meet the standard of a prima facie RICO case as it lacked any merit. The lawyer continued, the main defendants were Galaxy and Lescan, who never claimed immunity and could not claim immunity, and yet Martinez withdrew his case against them. So you see, Shelton, all this foolishness that Shastney has been saying based on what Martinez himself was saying turned out to be just that, foolishness. I'm just waiting for his judicial inquiry so I can put something on Facebook detailing all of that.
Yes.
To show exactly what went on, what was Shastney's impetus or reasons for doing this kind of stuff. Because remember, all of this is political.
Right.
All of this is political.
Right.
Shastney doesn't have a leg on which to stand on in terms of the upcoming general elections.
Yes.
He has tried everything, every lie that he can think of. He, Guy Joseph, Dominic Fede, the whole bunch, and nothing can, up to this point, nothing has stuck and nothing can stick because he has nothing. And so he resorts to all kinds of things. Right now he's busy attempting to attack every single government minister, including Jeremiah Norbert. But like I said, Shelton, I have yet to put this Facebook post together detailing all of that, but I'm waiting to hear the result of Shastney's judicial inquiry. Thanks.
Okay, thank you very much. We continue taking your calls on 4533911 and also WhatsApp calls on 4879849. Do we have a call on? Yes, we do. Hi, good afternoon. Real Issues.
Yes, good afternoon, Sheldon, and good afternoon, all solutions.
How are you doing?
I'm not bad. I am wishing every St. Lucian a peaceful and merry plus happy independent anniversary.
Okay.
Yes. About Alan. Alan said he's gonna start from where that guy dropped, where Martinez dropped.
I don't know.
Alan, let me give you the answer.
To me, Alan is behaving all the time as like somebody that fall on his head. I don't know. Oh no, seriously. I just find for a guy from that background, from that standing, with that history, with that experience, Alan Shastney behaves too often like he fall on his head. Go ahead.
But that is the problem when you are power hungry. To Alan, you're gonna take off from where Martinez dropped. We're gonna take off from where we dropped you in 2021. Back to square one, zero for you, and leave our country alone. Have a good day, people, and enjoy yourself and be blessed.
All right, thank you very much, Maria. Have
Okay,
a
bye.
nice weekend and happy Independence to you as well. All right, let me call someone who was trying to call me through my phone when our lines were giving a bit of trouble. Well, let's see if I can get him. What do I do, Jacon? Use on this phone there? Yeah, let's see. Hi, cuz, you there? Hello? Yeah. Go ahead. I have you on my phone on air. You're on air now.
Okay. I just want to I got some bad news this morning where you're on air now. Mother of the father of the girlfriend from Trussell, in fact the husband of the wife, one of the three persons who were chopped in Trussell, passed away today.
One of those who was chopped.
Was chopped.
So he passed away.
But, the husband passed away today.
Oh Lord.
So I want to sympathize with the family.
Sorry to hear that.
Yeah. It's very sad, just to see that you are at your home peaceful with your wife and your children, and somebody just go into your house and just go back to you. For no reason at all.
I'm going to say, somebody who must have been in and out of that house, somebody must have been in and out, must have been like a family to them, family friend, things turn sour on one side, like they say, feel more makumefini, so right away, people are your enemies,
I don't know, but it's very sad.
Yeah.
I don't know, it's something in me that just gets me. I put on. There's something in me that just gets me angry sometimes. When you hear Alan Shastry speaks, you could swear he's the divine interventioner of St. Lucia,
Yeah.
Completely forgetting all the malfeasance in government that was being committed by him and his ministers. You understand?
Yeah.
To have the audacity to say that the government is wasting money uselessly. I mean, come on. And rather the government waste the money on St. Lucians. You understand? Than to give it to foreigners.
Sure.
When you add all the millions that you give to the foreigners, it adds up to almost to $1 billion. Our national budget. You understand?
True.
And I'm talking not just giveaway alone, the lawsuits are included. You understand? I'm telling you, it is very disheartening to see that there are people who are supporting this man, knowing fully well all the malpractice that he did with our country's money. You understand? And yet you're not supporting him. You want him to come back to do what? Now Alan, like we said a while ago, is desperately trying to get him to make himself look as if like St. Lucia is his. He wants to be the Prime Minister. He wants to be nothing but the Prime Minister. You understand? And you have guys who are coming in there, the same old recycled fellows who believe as if they themselves have forgotten that they were ministers of government. But I want to ask the people who want it, because some people talk about the special prosecutor. A lot of people don't do that. They themselves can't get evidence and go to the special prosecutor.
Okay.
You understand? Yeah, you can do it. It's your prerogative to do so. You understand? So I don't know. I don't think you have to wait on government for government to do that for you. If you feel as an individual that certain politicians will commit acts in government, you have the right to take them to the prosecutor. To just get your evidence, get everything right, black and white. Once you have everything in black and white, then you dot your I's and you cross your T's. You're good to go.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So unless there is solutions to that, you likewise can go to the person. Do not rely on the government to say, okay, the government has been there for 3 years and nothing is happening. The question is, what have you done?
Okay.
You understand? Because you see the evidence, you keep hearing on Richard Joe, you see it on Facebook, you see documents being posted, you can take it out. You can take out the documents, put out the documents too, and do something wrong with it.
Okay,
the minister
my friend.
don't have to go and do it by himself.
Okay.
You understand? And lastly, I want to wish every St. Lucian a happy 46th independence anniversary. And I hope that people do turn out for the events, especially the parade tomorrow. Yep, very much so. I will be there.
Okay.
So happy birthday, St. Lucia.
Thank you very much.
Take care.
All right. Good afternoon to you, Miguel.
Hey, good afternoon, Shelton.
How are you doing today?
I'm good, my brother. How are you? Good afternoon to your viewers and listeners as well.
Yeah, doing fine.
I'm only just tuned in because I just wanted to know, did you see this press release or this letter from the NWU?
Well, that's what, one after the one yesterday about the notice for strike action?
Yes.
Okay, tell me about it. I don't think I've seen. I saw the notice for strike action, but I haven't seen anything.
Yeah. I'm trying to understand the notice of strike action, Shelton, because that proceeded. That followed the press release from the National Workers Union about the quote-unquote blatant disregard for the collective bargaining.
Oh, you're saying police welfare has issued one as well?
No, Millennium Heights.
So you're saying Millennium Heights has issued a statement? I'm not understanding you.
Yeah, sorry. The NWU has issued a notice of strike action.
But that was since yesterday, wasn't it?
Oh, I guess that was yesterday.
Yeah. So that's why I'm a little confused. I know you're on the ball. It's nothing new right now. It's already a day old.
I've been tied up because when we spoke yesterday, we spoke about the press release. But I'm trying to wonder what the strike action is all about.
Okay. You know by now, and that is where I hope. I understand sometimes you have to be circumspect in what you say, but for a man like Minister Moses Jean-Baptiste, and even now the new CEO of Millennium Heights Medical Complex, Dr. Damian Greaves, and I think there's the chairman of Millennium Heights who was a doctor or some, I can't really remember who. I think by now they should have said something, you know?
Yeah,
they should have said something. We are taken aback at the notice of, industrial action which has been served upon us, because as far as we know, discussions have been ongoing. They have been not necessarily smooth, but progress is being made, and etc., something like that, don't leave this kind of things roiling in the public mind as to what really is going on. Public communication is very important. All right. So yeah, go ahead, Miguel.
All right. No, I just think it's crazy to hear this kind of thing, but let them call a call.
Okay.
I'll be listening.
Okay. Yeah, you're our last caller. So
last one.
was that what you said?
Wow. All right. Well, I just want to say, before I even start, in case I forget, happy independence to Shelton Daniel and Real FM, NBC, and all of your listeners. Happy independence.
Okay.
Wow. I wish I had a little more time, but I was just calling to reflect on some of these statements and utterances that came out from the Yellow Chamber earlier in the week. In particular, or specifically, I wanted to touch on the Yellow Chamber earlier in the week, who explained how he went about trying to procure an ambulance for ancillary canneries. I don't know if you are aware of that.
Yeah. It's been spoken about extensively.
Yeah, I think a question that Spider asked him, his colleague asked him, WTF, where's the funds this week? And he made himself available on another radio show and during a press conference, and he explained, just to summarize that, in 2021 thereabout, he had a fundraiser at the Royalton Hotel, right? And a bunch of corporate entities came, supported. Ultimately, they raised somewhere in the region of $58,000. The former MP also went on to reveal that out of that 58 grand or so, 29,000, maybe half, at least half, more than half, had to be given right back to the service providers and Royalton because of expenses. At the end of the day, he was left with, or the fundraiser had about not more than $25,000 left behind to get that ambulance for ancillary and canneries. Right? And he felt good about himself, the former MP. He was happy to clear the air. He believes that, he's distinguished himself because here he is explaining he had a fundraiser to get an ambulance for ancillary canneries. Now, Shelton, I find that not only insulting to the people of ancillary canneries, but laughable. Because if my memory serves me right, and Shelton helped me, the former Member of Parliament for ancillary canneries also sat in the cabinet. That cabinet is one of the longest serving cabinets in our recent in the history of governance. Am I on the right track?
Yeah,
5.5 years thereabout.
Yeah, it went the full 5 years and an additional
5 years and some change.
Yeah.
So for a former MP and government minister, to proudly and boldly tell St. Lucians that during his time, the most he could have done for ancillary canneries was to hold the ball or fundraiser, pay back half of the money from the fundraiser, and have about 20-something or $1,000 left behind to give ancillary canneries its ambulance. And he went on to say, or appeal to this administration to continue down that road. And I don't know if he's been living on, I don't know where he's been living, but I can tell you, Shelton, and it's been publicized already, that not only has this current Prime Minister and, of course, the incumbent for the MP, have already secured not only an ambulance, but they've secured premises for the first ever, what will be the first ever sub-fire station that will serve ancillary and canneries. Like I said, the premises has already been secured, right? And before it's only a matter of time now for the necessary particulars to be finalized, to the rehabilitation works, retroactive works on that facility there will start, and for the first time ever, more than likely this year, cross your fingers, ancillary canneries will have its own fire station, and the money for that didn't come from no ball or no fundraiser. The Prime Minister, in his wisdom, with the support of the MP, secured, allocated $1.2 million or so, $1 million to ensure the people of ancillary don't have to wait for as long as the ancillary canneries don't have to wait as long as they've been waiting for ambulances from Castries and Babuno and Soufre to respond. They will have their own
Okay.
So I just want to
All right.
just put that on the record there.
Thank you very much. Thanks.
All right. Have a good weekend and have a happy independence.
You as well, my friend. Now, Bernard Hins, you give me enough power already. Can we take him now as our final call? Bernard, good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon, Shelton.
If we have to fade out, it's because the lotto come on, but go ahead. I'm not interrupting. Bernard, you there?
Shelton.
I hear you so
Yes, I'm
vexed
there.
you cut off your own call just to, just to...
No,
let
I
me know
didn't.
that you're
I just
cutting
said
me
a
off.
call cut off.
Okay, go ahead.
Anyway, my brethren, good afternoon. Thank you for giving me this opportunity. I know a lot of people have been asking about me and they have been saying that they are not hearing my voice, Shelton. Let me address one little thing before we go any further. The gentleman who spoke about the barrels the other day, the people have gotten the barrels, and it was not the company that he stated. It was Lucian Shipping that had the problem. Okay. One of the ladies called me who had a barrel problem, called me and said we received our barrels. Okay. I made a call to the company for her, and just last week she told me we got the barrels. So let me put that aside. Shelton, I just want to say happy independence to all my people, all St. Lucians, all those who are celebrating, because I suspect that some people are not celebrating because of political lines. But let me say to all St. Lucian, enjoy your 46th anniversary of independence. Regardless of what people say, regardless how people think of it and say that we are not independent, we are moving forward. 46 years on. Enjoy it. Shelton, some people say ICE looking for me, but guess what? They can find me now. Because I have the most St. Lucian flag on my vehicle right now. Okay, so
that's
St. Lucians,
so that's what you vaguely
enjoy your time.
That's what you vaguely in the people with. St. Lucian flag. And then when they come with the ice, the reflection and so on, you pass a footy wow.
I am a St. Lucian, that's who I am.
So that means you trained in Margin as well. How footy coex, how footy a pesmun basa.
I know nothing about what you're talking there, my friend.
Thank you very much.
I know nothing about that. Tout ça qui pas bossé and where you can meet black magic, machine way, blackmail. Tout ba qui pas bossé and where you can meet.
Yes, là sorti souffle là, ou connaît mode pour move da wazi, ou connaît mode pour move da steam souffle tout ba comme ça, ou connaît mode pour mama gay moun avec l'eau de souffle tout ba comme ça.
Ba avec là still fait taxi service moi. Moi voulais dire c'est merci tout ça qui ka ba triple line import là, merci. Shelton moi savent l'année c'est qui bon qui ni bon chez toujours ka couiller moi. Trust moi on time ra deliver ba yo moi ka ramasser airport là manan ka from yes mon Shelton.
Since you pas business ça les western qui waiting on the fuel là ka faut te ko pour faire comme invisible là, oui ça ba ça.
All right.